Michael J. Fox is opening up about a health challenge that he calls his darkest moment, surpassing even his Parkinson's disease diagnosis. The Back to the Future star got candid with People magazine about hitting rock bottom during an incident in the months following his 2018 spinal cord surgery. The surgery was unrelated to his Parkinson's. He had a tumor on his spinal cord removed, which was non-cancerous but growing and causing a lot of pain. The surgery was a success, and Michael spent 4 months learning to walk again, after which he was feeling a lot better. But one morning, while alone in his kitchen, he fell to the floor and shattered his arm. It was this that Michael called his darkest moment. He told the magazine, "I just snapped. I was leaning against the wall in my kitchen, waiting for the ambulance to come, and I felt like this is as low as it gets for me. It was when I questioned everything. Like, I can't put a shiny face on this. There's no bright side to this, no upside. This is just all regret and pain." Michael said the setback took a serious toll on his optimism, and he doubted in his ability to spread hope anymore. He said, "Parkinson's, my back, my arm, it still didn't add up to moving the needle on the misery index compared to what some people go through. I thought, how can I tell these people, chin up, look at the bright side, things are gonna be great." Over time, Michael was able to find a light in this darkness, and his new philosophy was focused on gratitude. He explained, "Optimism is sustainable when you keep coming back to gratitude, and what follows from that is acceptance. Accepting that this thing has happened, and you accept it for what it is. It doesn't mean that you can't endeavor to change. It doesn't mean you have to accept it as a punishment or a penance, but just put it in its proper place. Then see how much the rest of your life you have to thrive in, and then you can move on." Adding, "It's not that I wasn't sincere before, but my gratitude is deeper now, from having gotten through the darkest times." Michael has come back to gratitude and optimism through many challenges over his lifetime. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's nearly 3 decades ago. While he initially kept the news private, he went public with his diagnosis in 1998.
It's been 7 years that I've known about it, so that all this time that, for example, when I went back to do the show and some people said, "Why are you leaving films?" And they would talk to me in terms of career and in terms of kind of the mechanizations of plotting out a career strategy, and I would just look at them and think, please.
It's a pretty good secret, by the way.
I would do what I want.
How'd you keep that secret for 7 years?
Well, I didn't really thought of it as a secret. I think in the same way that any of us, who walks down the street and says, "Hi, I'm Bob, I have gout," it's something I knew that I would talk about when the time came.
In the decades since then, Michael has become a major advocate in the fight for a cure for Parkinson's, largely through his nonprofit, the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Last year, he talked to Access about his work and what it's like to have so much public support.
I've always felt really blessed, and people have always been really sweet to me. And what I love is that people empathize with what I'm doing, but they don't feel bad for me, which I wouldn't want them to, because I've got a wonderful life. And no matter what, people have much harder things to deal with than I do. I had a relatively easy life. So I appreciate their support and their goodwill, and it's reciprocal.
What do you say to anybody out there that has Parkinson's or has a family member dealing with Parkinson? What can we do to give them hope?
Well, I think, first of all, just love them and understand that the experience they're going through is unique, and you can't feel what they feel. You can just be there for them and put up with them, just because we can be a pretty cranky bunch. But I think that to have hope and to know that we are working on this day and night, and we've thrown a lot of resources at it, and a lot of intelligence at it, and a lot of money at it, and we welcome people's participation. We welcome patient involvement and family involvement. We have various things like Team Fox, which has raised $70 million.
Wow.
Which is family members and people with Parkinson's that do things to raise money towards research. But we like people to raise money towards research, but we also like them to be aware of what we're doing and to be tuned into our programs and our goals and our accomplishments.